Well, it is currently 10:46 at night, and I'm down here by myself. And what I have with me is a 2025 F350 Lariat with the 6.7, all that fun stuff. This truck has, let's see if I can get it pulled up here. I looked at it earlier. There we go. 23.7 miles on the dash. The person who owns this truck bought it at 3 o'clock, dropped it off at my shop, and goes, Spencer, I need it tinted. And we talked about getting it ceramic coated to help protect the paint. As it is a brand new truck, would make sense to do it. So we're gonna be ceramic coating this truck as well. For tint, we're gonna be doing full windshield, strip on the windshield, front doors, back doors, and that back window. And I have to start on it tonight because the guys cannot, how would I put it? It'd be very difficult for us to be working over each other and me trying to tint the side doors as they're polishing out the rest of this truck. So gotta do what I gotta do. Get the doors tinted, and I can always tint the windshield while they're working on the bed or something else. That's no big deal, but trying to tint while I have polishing dust in the air or something like that, air movement, no bueno. But yeah, so as you can see, it's brand new, 23.7 miles on the dash. I don't know if it's been washed yet. I also don't know if he ordered it or not. But what we're gonna do is, before I go ahead and tint it, I'm just gonna bring you guys in. We're gonna look at this with our light that shows all the defects and stuff like that. It's a scan grip knockoff by Milwaukee that we use for inspecting the paint beforehand. I don't, maybe I'll do a paint depth gauge and show you guys that real quick, but more than likely not. So we're just gonna take this, and as you can see, it's dirty. We got one pretty good scratch there. Go through, I'm not seeing anything super big at the moment. Just going through and scanning these panels. Still nothing really standing out. Granted, the dirt is hiding quite a bit, but I wanted to get you a true, before I touch this, type of a inspection. Because there is a chance that, you know, maybe I'll mar it slightly with the clay media to prep the paint for a ceramic coating. It's kind of inevitable no matter how much lubrication and precaution we do. Yeah, let's see. Nope. Yeah, really no big scratches. Very common on Fords here for the B-pillars to be pretty well banged up. If you can see how the light is refracting off of there, and all those little lines there, that's all minor swirls and scratches. Ooh, actually this door, we got a little sanding mark right in there. That's about it. Again, a lot of this dirt is hiding. Actually, that's a really good scratch right there. You guys see that line? It's gonna be right here when I put the light on it. That's a pretty good one right there. Goes here, up, and curves. That's gonna be a good one. And looks like another one right here to me. If I can get the camera to pick it up right there. That to me looks like something when they ship these, they're sometimes covered in plastic and stuff like that. So to me it looks like maybe some residual adhesive and they were trying to rub it off, something like that. But other than that, pretty happy with it, especially for not washing it and getting the full picture. Actually, hang on, sorry, I just put down the light. I'll show you guys the B-pillar on the driver's side because that's really what I wanted to show you. So, one good scratch there, and then you can just see how hazy this is. Again, I have not washed this yet. I mean, you're getting this straight from the dealership lot, 23.7 miles on the dash, and all that. So, now it's time to start tinting it. Like any other Ford pickup, whether it's 150, 250, 350, 450. For these, all we gotta do for the gasket, pop that back. Grab the edge, pull up, and slide it out. And of course, truck's brand new. Those are gonna be a little tight. Not worn in and all that stuff. The only thing though, put them back in, pop this cover off. It's 8mm right behind that. Allows me to flip this up, put it back in. These rear doors should pop even easier because I don't have anything holding the front here. Yeah, see how this whole top of the panel just literally slides right off? Grab the gasket and I can actually just almost pull it right out like that. Through your headrests, because trying to get a big piece of film on air with these in the way, it's not gonna work great. So go ahead, pop that. I think on the Fords I have to have the seats, because on the Fords, in order to get more clearance of this going here, when you fold up the seat, these are slightly tilted and will allow you to get the headrest out way easier. So like if I do this one, all the room in the world. Of course, Fords, they have that. Take that off, dealership sticker thingamabobber off. Should be good to go. All right, so something that might have changed is now we are a full Lumar Suntech dealer. And that means that we are using Core, which is their software program. So here, I'm gonna select a 2025 Ford and rear doors, go to my cut board. All right, got the film loaded in the plotter here. It is setting that. So now I need 58 inches. So I'm gonna send this guy back to a factory edge right there. Now I'm gonna send it through, because I have this thing very close on the rollers, like very, very. We're gonna send it through probably about 40 inches or so. As you can see here on my peel board, I got the patterns or the shapes of the windows cut out. So up top here is the rear window. This is gonna be the rear driver, rear passenger. So what this allows me to do, the pre-cut windows, is take my knife and all I'm doing is separating out the patterns quick. Or what some people will also call is weeding out, but I guess technically that would be the next step in what I'm about to do. Because Tint has two layers to it, the actual film side and the adhesive side. And what that plotter does upstairs that you saw is it cuts through the tint side but not the adhesive side. So basically scratches the pattern out just enough through the tint but not all the way through both layers, just the top layer. And so now you can see, I take this, and I have a top window just like that. No cutting on the vehicle, no putting the tint on the vehicle. I don't even have to clean the outside glass, actually. Oh, another new cool thing I got too. Went back to school, and I got a backpack here. It's a True Spray backpack, so it carries 4 liters in the back, has its own pump, its own battery system, everything, and it allows me to, rather than having a keg, a hose, all the other stuff, it allows me to go ahead and just keep everything on my back. Super nice, and it's powerful. So what I'm gonna do is take this pattern, because keep in mind, the tint is facing me, that's the side that I cut out. I'm gonna go ahead and, thought I was going to. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip it upside down and flip it over so that way the adhesive side is facing me, because that's what I want to peel off in order to tint this truck. Almost got it. Sometimes my knife just doesn't cut like it should sometimes. All right, now we should be all the way through. So, give that a quick sprazzle dazzle. Brand new truck, don't have to worry about dog hair or all the nuances. Let's just assume that this is clean, but it's been sitting on the lot for Lord knows how long. I think the only thing I'm worried about is maybe some stickers right here, and I can see with the water how it's flowing off. A little sticker residue right there, no big deal. Take my scrub pad, scrub the hell out of this window. Now, being as I wasn't able to get an absolute perfect squeegee, and I don't want that little bit of dust and dirt that might be right there, squeegee it one last time, just to be safe. Brand new truck, I want my tint to be as perfect as what is humanly possible. And what I think I'll do actually is for this step, slide my blade lower. There we go. Swipe that down and out. So carrying the film into the truck, staying away from the seats and everything that I could possibly touch, because that might grab some contamination. Even though it's a brand new truck, the seats could still be dusty. I don't know. Now we're gonna lay the film on and let it just float itself there. Bring it down, bring this end up. Huh. I have everything aligned, right where I want it to be. On this side, I actually need to go over just a smidget more yet. Right there would be perfect. But what, am I just not supposed to tint that over there, or what's going on? There's only one pattern for this back window. Well, that sucks. That's maybe $30 of film thrown in the trash. Okay, well, I better figure something out. Adam, do me a favor right there. At the end. Am I really out of, did I really just run out of water too? I really just ran out of water.
Ha! Got him!
Oh Jesus, I think I made it too big. So, pick it up where we last left off. Squeegee that. Plug it down the center. Up and out. Looking for any contamination. Don't know how I could have any. I'll do that. Grab my Blue Max. Get rid of all this excess moisture. So it's all sealed up nice. All right, and just like that, the tint is completely formed to the shape of the window post install. I'm not seeing any contamination. I'm actually looking at the tint rather than through the tint at the moment to just verify that there's nothing hiding. I mean, even though it's kind of too late now, in order to fix it, I have to rip off the entire tint and restart. Yeah, there is pretty much nothing other than that one little spot. There we go. Yeah. Looks good. On to the next one. All right, so brand new truck here. So the only thing I am gonna do that I know for a fact is that the great big window sticker that comes on every brand new vehicle was on the rear passenger rear driver window. So I'm gonna, in addition to scrubbing the snot out of this, I'm also going to go ahead and razor blade it, which does not scratch the glass, to make sure that there is absolutely, positively, no sticker residue. Crack the window down, expose that top edge, clean said top edge. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what time I started, but it is 12:23. All four doors, and the back window is done. I'm gonna leave the windshield for tomorrow because it's 12:23, and I want another person to help me put the film on, cut it out, install all that not so fun stuff. But all right, well, see you guys in like 7.5 hours. All right, well, after tinting it, I decided to mix an adult beverage of some sorts. Might have had some Coca-Cola in it. And I decided, hey, might as well decon wash this now so it can drip dry overnight. Should only take about 35 to 40 minutes tops, but what you're gonna watch me do here, my GoPro's at 52%, so I'm gonna try and capture as much as I can here on video before I go ahead and the battery dies. So what I'm gonna do is foam it down one time with Built Hammer Touchless at a 2% impact ratio. And what that is gonna do is rip off all the dirt and grime off of the surface of the vehicle. Then I'm gonna go ahead and rinse that off, and I will perform a contact rinseless wash using my keg as a pre-spray, get a nice layer on there, and wash the vehicle down, rinse that off. Then I'm gonna go ahead and redo that same step with an iron remover and clay the surface, remove any embedded contaminants that the wash process would not be able to remove. Rinse that off, and we'll see about drying. I might just leave it and deal with the water spots in the morning. Shouldn't be too many water spots, but yeah, because my DI tanks over there are burnt out and empty, so kind of. Okay, so as I said before, I'm gonna go ahead and start this process off by using touchless at a 2% panel impact ratio. So in my foam cannon, right here is the touchless at a 2% impact ratio. With my pressure washer, it came out to 248 milliliters per 1,000. So I'm gonna foam this on the vehicle dry. It's gonna start ripping everything off. I'm gonna go around, scrub up the tires, and rinse this off. Okay, turn the pressure washer on. Okay, So now that the whole vehicle is foamed down and it is working its magic, you can actually see maybe on the back tire there, starting to turn a little bit brown. I'm gonna let this sit for about 3 to 5 minutes or so. I'm not working in direct sunlight, nothing like that. And we're just gonna let this thing do its magic. And in the meantime, I'm actually gonna use this product so you can see the browning in the back tire. It works really well for, if your vehicle is coated, to foam this on, rinse it off, and this is a good weekly wash before you do your contact wash, in a way. So this is something to get by until you do your contact wash. That's what I was trying to say. And so now I'm gonna go through the tires, scrub them up with this on there, and then I'm gonna rinse the whole vehicle down. The other thing too, I'm actually gonna be trying, I'm talking to you guys actually about 40 feet away here. It's amazing what technology can do. So new product I'm gonna be trying here is Armor Detail Supply Tire Cleaner. See how it does. Granted, I am halfway cheating because of the built hammer that's gonna be on the surface beforehand. But I've heard a lot of good things about this tire cleaner. Oh yeah. Yeah, this stuff's just eating it right off. Because when it comes time to a brand new truck, I always apply a tire sealant, which is basically a tire dressing, but it's gonna last about 6 months, you know, compared to your standard tire dressing that's only gonna last 4 weeks to a month, depending upon what the tires see, you know, a lot of gravel, a lot of dirt roads, things like that. Okay, as you see, the built hammer is starting to thin out, meaning it is done doing the work. So, time to rinse it off. I don't know if I'm in frame right now, but do you have any idea how nice it is to work on a brand new vehicle where you don't have to worry about scrubbing off bugs or anything like that? It's so nice. Okay, so I know I told you guys I'd use the detail keg and pre-spray. I'm feeling lazy. It's 1 in the morning. So instead, mixed up some rinseless in this foam cannon. This is DIY rinseless. It does foam pretty good, I'm gonna be honest. It foams just like a soap, so I'm gonna go ahead and foam this on the entire vehicle and wash it my rinseless media. My choice for rinseless is actually the sponge that has been recommended for years and years and years. Now you might be thinking, Spencer, a sponge is gonna scratch the surface and things like that. But if you actually look, this sponge actually has perforations for the dirt to go into and drive down, and then it gets released in the rinseless. I think it's a winter ionic covalent bond. I don't know, I'm not a chemist, but I just know it works. So that's what we're gonna do on this, and we're gonna rinse that off, refoam it, or sorry, spray an iron remover on it, refoam it, clay it, decon's done. So like I said, this is not a soap, it's a rinseless. All I care about is just getting a layer on the surface to perform the safest wash method that I've been able to find. Because this is actually doing something to the dirt on the surface versus a normal soap. All it does is lubricate. It does not encapsulate, it is not, you know, the safest wash method out there, you know, compared to this. So yeah, it's not the most flashy, it's not the most sudsy thing in the world, but it does work. I mean, this is slicker than any soap you could buy, hands down. I mean, one finger, and this thing is just gliding across the surface. Okay, so now that that's all done, I'm gonna go through, rinse this off quickly. No real reason why. I just feel like any dirt now that I've washed, I want to rinse off before I do my iron and clay step. Iron remover, a spray bottle. I'm just gonna put a nice layer on this thing. Let it do the work for me for about 3 to 5 minutes, kind of like the touchless step. And what I'm actually gonna do is free foam this down in rinseless, because it's by far the best clay lubricant you could ever ask for. And I'm gonna use that to clay in the iron and all that. And also, I like to clay the glass when I do this step as well. By the way, if you've never used an iron remover before, it literally stinks like skunk, rotten eggs, whatever you want to compare it to, it reeks. Back when I first started, actually, in my parents' garage, I did this indoors in the garage, and my dad got so pissed off at me about it. Thought he was actually gonna kick me out of the house because he could smell it through the garage, through the kitchen, in their bedroom. And that was about 7 years ago, and you would have thought by then they would make something better, but nobody has yet. Okay, now I've let the iron remover sit on there for a couple minutes. I'm gonna refoam the whole truck down rinseless, clay it, rinse, we're done. All right, so we got iron remover underneath the rinseless. Keep in mind, iron remover is removing the iron. Can work as a clay lube as its own, but I like it a little bit more. So all I do is just foam on the rinseless. I take a synthetic clay towel like this. And now I have more lubrication than I would even know what to do with here. All right, with that, I'm gonna go ahead, dry this thing, go home, go to bed, be back here in 6 hours. So I will see you guys then. All right, well, good morning. So as you can see, already got this side of the bed all polished out, just doing a quick one-step correction. Light little polish, just to remove any light scratches, and then we'll inspect after we prep, make sure there isn't any deeper scratches, things like that. On the windshield though, I got my dryer sheet going on there. On the inside, took off the mirror, all that. So this is the only piece of glass where I will hand cut it out, just because the nature of the patterns, they might not be right, as you guys saw in the back window. And windshield takes a lot of time. Yeah, I just would much rather do it once, cut it, and be done. Okay, now I got this entire windshield all shrunk. Now I need to cut it out to the shape of the window. On this side, door's all polished. Over to there, got to polish up that window. And then on the driver's side, Donnie has almost this full entire side completely done. Again, quick polish just to clean it all up, and then we'll wipe it down. We'll prep, inspect if we see anything that we don't like. We'll target those few areas. So let's just say on it, rather than cutting an entire door panel, removing as much clear coat as there is for one scratch, it's better off just to polish the whole thing, inspect it, and you might have one scratch there, and you compound that one spot, so we save the most amount of paint on the surface or clear coat. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so the last step in the detail process, now that all the tint is done, the coating is done, I actually don't think I captured a single moment of the guys coating this. Sorry. I'll show you the aftermath though. Is I like to apply Armor Detail Supply's Ghost tire sealant. This is gonna last about six months real world is what I have found on our trucks to last. And it's all about the prep. So these tires have been scrubbed, wiped down with some mineral spirits, and now I'm just applying this to the tire. And it makes your hands feel not greasy, but it's sticky, very, very sticky. And the cool thing is I just use the applicator that we use for coating the truck. I just use the other side of it to apply the tire dressing. Or sorry, tire sealant, I should say. So you can see it goes on like this. Try to get it in all the spots here, because again, however I get this to lay down, it's going to be this way for the next 6 to 8 months. And the nice thing too is that this stuff does not attract any dust and makes cleaning tires super easy. I actually don't even really have to scrub any. We'll leave it sit like that. I think the first tire I did, over here you can see it starting to set up, but it'll be a nice matte or satin finish once we're done. Okay, sorry, I wanted to bring you guys in here where it was a little bit quieter. So the coating we used was Rohr's Legacy coating. On this entire truck, we probably used anywhere from about 7 to 8 mils, doing all the plastics, the wheel faces, the glass, all painted surfaces, the grille, the headlights, taillights, things like that. And the cool thing about this coating is it's a single layer, 7-year fully warranty coating. What this coating is going to allow to do is make washing it so much easier. Water's not going to stick to it. Dust is not going to be attracted to it as well. It's going to protect against bird droppings, etchings, stuff like that. It is water spot resistant, not proof, but water spot resistant, which is another key factor, especially on a black vehicle. Applying this, obviously we polished out the entire vehicle. I think I have a few snippets of that in there. Then we went through, inspected the paint, make sure we got it up to our standards, wiped down with prep solution, and we applied the coating. So when applying this coating, we put it on a very, very, very thin layer, let it sit for 30 minutes. That's the weird part, is that we let it sit there for 30 minutes and then we come through and we level off the rest of the coating. Total time to actually coat a pickup like that is somewhere around 10 minutes, which is pretty awesome. Just with how far one bottle, or basically how much we're putting on an applicator, how far we can stretch that on the vehicle. We're not doing a third of a door, reapplying more, doing another third of a door, reapplying more. It's literally a couple of drops and we do an entire door panel at once and then some. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. It helps us out tremendously, being able to see that people actually enjoy watching me do this sort of thing. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. And if you are anywhere in the Midwest or even local to Mitchell, South Dakota, and you are wanting your vehicle, boat, construction equipment, agriculture equipment, or anything like that ceramic coated, feel free to give us a call. We'd be happy to take care of you, and we hope to see you soon. Thanks, guys.